My mission is to find a cure for Duchenne muscular dystrophy, no matter what it takes. Good afternoon and welcome to The Hope Show. I'm Jim Raffone, your host. The show is inspired by Jamesy, powered by Adapting Social, and today's episode is sponsored by Royal Stitch and Print. And today we've got the founder of Royal Stitch and Print, my good man here, Mark Rosen. Mark, good afternoon and welcome to the show.
Good afternoon, Jim. I'm really happy to be here. I'm really excited to do this podcast. This is my second one, and I'm very excited to be here again.
Excellent. Well, thank you. I appreciate you coming out. And so why do I got Mark on the show today? Well, because I want to exploit Mark's business. Let's get right to it, right? Mark has been sponsoring our gear for some time now, and I owe it to Mark to help him get some business back, get some exposure, right? Because that's what we do here. In mainstream news, you'll always hear the negativity about what's going on in the world. You never hear about positivity and about kind individuals like Mark and what him and his company do for others, like Jar of Hope. So I'm grateful to have you around, and I'm grateful to have you here and talk about what it is you do.
It is completely our pleasure in any way we could help your organization, and it makes us really happy that we're able to do it.
Thank you. I'm proud. This is a great shirt. This is an OGO shirt. Did I say that right?
Yep, OGO.
And the printing is fantastic. What kind of print is
That
this?
is a direct-to-film print that we take a picture and we put a picture on a film, and it gets adhesive, and it's heat pressed onto it. It's one of the newest and best ways to get different colors and personalizations of different shirts.
So it's not like your typical, what is it called, vinyl, the heat press vinyl?
No, it's nothing like heat press vinyl. This will never come off. As heat press vinyl is always a complaint was that it would tear off and come apart. That will never come off.
Yeah, you get rolls over the years. You get rolls. It just peels off.
Yep, that's not going to happen here.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yes, it's a great process.
It is,
and it's full color all the time.
I love it, and our sponsors will love it because their logos won't come off, and they're on the back of the shirt. So we'll get a quick picture at the end of this so we could show off our sponsors of the New York City Marathon. Mark put these shirts together for us for the New York City Marathon, so it's great. We'll be out there this Sunday. This podcast won't probably air until after the New York City, but that's why I'm wearing my shirt today to show everybody what it's all about. So that's great. So what other kind of gear do you guys do?
So we specialize in screen printing, direct-to-film printing, and promotional products. That's our main thing. So we do anything from cups and pens, anything you want your logo or your name of your business on, we will put it on there for you and get you what you need.
That's great. So like, if anybody, there's another nonprofit out there, if they do a golf event?
Golf event. So yeah, we'll help. We can't give to all of them, but we will always make sure their pricing is made to have a contribution from us.
That's great.
Yes.
Beautiful. But you can supply for golf outings?
Absolutely.
What other type of events have you done in the past?
Most of our stuff is corporate in that we do, and businesses, smaller businesses. We love working with smaller businesses because most of the time in our industry, most people who do what we do don't really want to deal with people that need 10 shirts, 5 shirts, 3 shirts. We'll do shirt one for somebody. We'll help. We want to help small businesses grow. Small businesses hopefully become big businesses, and we could get our word out there better in that way.
That's awesome. So any local businesses that you've worked with around here?
We work with tons of them. Today I'm going to Shore Business Solutions.
Okay.
They do a lot of copying and social media kind of things, and there are really a lot of them. See, I'm getting old, so I can't draw a blank.
It's all good.
But it's kind of funny. But
we have a ton of businesses that support us in our network, like The Brush. I don't know if you know.
Yeah, we just did the logo on the back of that shirt.
The logo. So I got to introduce you to Frankie.
Please.
He's always looking for gear, hoodies, especially now we're going into the colder weather. You guys have some nice hoodies.
Yes.
I really love your hoodies.
We deal with some of the biggest apparel distributors in the world, and the specialty items that we could get from them and other specialty dealers are some beautiful things. And we love finding things that people don't really see very often
Right.
that are a little different.
Awesome. So where could people out there find you?
So our website is www.royalstitchandprint.com, A-N-D, and you could just get us from there. Email us, call us at 732-963-7077, and we'd be glad to hear from you and try to help you.
Wonderful. So you spoil me that I get personal white glove service, huh?
Well, you happen to be honest with you. I met you at a time in my life where I says, Mark, you did a lot of things in this world. You did nice things, but it was time to give back more. Mm-hmm. And it was right when I was thinking about that I happened to meet you.
God
and I
works
says,
in
you know what?
mysterious ways.
So I said, let's just get involved, and I'm really happy to do it. You asked something before. I'm also the president of Brick Morning Chamber of Commerce, Brick Morning Rotary. I'm also in the Chamber of Commerce, but I'm the president of Brick Morning Rotary, and we do a lot of things for feeding our veterans, our armed forces. We do tremendous food drives. We're starting now our toy drive that we're involved with. It's the Brick Morning Rotary along with Wingman Foundation, and we're really looking forward to that. And then we have another one, November 17th. There's a off-road kind of rally or whatever you want to call it at Mill Spray. So if you have like a Jeep or something like that, it's going to be a big rally there, and then they're going to go off-roading. We're going to have a booth there selling, we're going to do custom-made shirts right at the place.
Right there.
So, yeah, we're going to have a bunch of different kind of Jeep emblems that we're going to press right at the place. So,
awesome.
and make a donation from each shirt that we sell.
God bless you.
Thank you.
So you really are a very philanthropic individual.
I'm trying to be, and I'm trying not to be overly that I hurt myself.
Well, so
No,
there is
I'm
a
just
fine
kidding when
line,
I say
right?
that. Yes.
And a lot of charities, even though charities are businesses, and a lot of people don't understand that, but from the perspective of a charity founder, I understand that if I need quality, if I need it fast, because typically charities need it last minute, we have to pay for things. Like we understand that. A lot of people who donate to charities don't understand and get mad at the charity for having to pay for stuff or using funds in that way. But when we have no choice, when we're running the New York City Marathon and you need a shirt, not everybody's as kind as Mark, right? So we understand that we have to pay for things.
I understand that too.
Right, because if you don't keep your lights on, then we
Right.
got nobody to go to do our print, right?
Yes.
Like the studio here,
Yeah.
right? How do they keep their lights on if we don't pay them?
Right.
And then how do we get our message out if we don't come into a studio like this and share the stage with kind individuals like yourself? It
That's
keeps
nice of
everything
you to say.
going round.
Yes.
Yeah, but everybody needs to
I'll get better
understand
at
that. It's all good, right? We all get there eventually, right? So, but there's something you're leaving out, right? And if it's okay, you shared with me with the Brick Latip group, because we are in the same Latip group in Brick, New Jersey, and they have something where they ask all the vendors there. I'm the nonprofit vendor, and Mark is the printing vendor, apparel guy, and so we had our one-on-one, and you shared something with me that was very touching, and you wear it on your heart, and I don't know if you realize it, and I believe that's probably why you're so philanthropic, is you had a personal situation. If it's okay, I bring it up.
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
Right? And this is, again, this is what this show is all about, is to talk about hardships and how people overcome them and give back in life, right?
Absolutely.
I don't want to assume, but, share if it's okay.
I would love to.
That's great. Your story.
So this is a long time, and it's still really difficult for me to speak about, but I'd like to speak about it because it's important to get it out. When my mom, I had an older brother who was born with Down syndrome. That was about 1956. When he was born, he was taken from my mother immediately, and the doctor told my mother, take him, go home, and make another baby. And my mom did not see him for 12 years. She couldn't see him. She couldn't do it. It was too much for her. And I went every Monday. My dad was off work. He took me, my brother, and my grandmother. And my brother was in Willowbrook back in those days. And
Willowbrook, Staten Island.
Willowbrook, Staten Island. And he thought my grandmother was his mother all that time. But, that's just, I don't think he was able to figure out that, that's something wrong here or, it's not right. But so we went on all that time. And for whoever remembers, Geraldo Rivera came on and exposed Willowbrook for the disaster that was. And the next day, we were there. We got him out of there, and we took him to a place called Brooklyn Development Center, which was another big kind of same thing as Willowbrook, but a little nicer. That was in Brooklyn by Pennsylvania Avenue. So we took him there, and he was there for a little while. It was still a bad situation. And
So we're talking about the 60s now.
no, this is the 70s, the late 70s.
Okay.
Late 70s, because I was driving. So, I just started driving when I was 76. So it was still a bad situation. So we're a Jewish family, not really practicing at all. But my grandparents did, and they went to the temple where we lived in Brighton Beach in Brooklyn, and they got the rabbi to say that we were a religious family, and they were able to get my brother transferred to a private home in Brooklyn where there was just like 7 or 8 other Down syndrome children. And that was the greatest thing that ever happened to us. Because then it was easy for me to go to. I was able to see him. That's when my relationship really started to grow and change and made me understand and have empathy, or whatever the correct word is, for people. It was a tremendous learning experience. And then something happened on a Jewish holiday. We did celebrate Rosh Hashanah or whatever, and so we come for dinner. And my father decided that we're going to bring my brother Michael over. This is where it gets hard. And that was one of the first times that my mom seen him. I mean, I'm sure she's seen him other times that I didn't even know of. And it was like she never missed a day of being with him. Like the emotion was like, but it was really high, but it was like he was there. And that's when our family really came together, and we started understanding what it was. And Michael started coming a lot. We would go get him. And after that happened, nobody ever knew I had a brother. Nobody. We didn't tell nobody. And that was when I had a friend of mine. I was in high school. I was probably a junior, maybe senior. I don't remember. And I told him. And he came with me, and we went and got him, and we took him to McDonald's. I never did that before. That was that's when everything. It made the rest of the years go. He passed away in the year 2000. And I seem to miss him more now, and that's why I'm doing a lot of what I do, because you got to get back to these kind of things, and you can't forget.
No.
And it was a much huger part of my life than I really realized.
The impact
that it was, yeah,
had on you.
And it makes me very happy.
That's good. Well, I'm glad we said his name today.
Yes, Michael was the best. He didn't say that many words, but he was very emotional, very soft, very loving. I only seen him angry once. I can't tell that story. But thank you.
No,
I appreciate that.
Of course, and I think it is a big part of you. That's why I brought it up, because you can see, as a big guy as you are, you're very soft, and I mean that in a way where you're caring for other people. You're empathetic for other people, especially someone like myself, and what we're going through, and it bleeds through who you are.
Thank you.
As men, we want to be stern, we want to be strong. We don't want to show that emotion, but it comes out in you in a very good way, and it's very appreciative by this guy, because your generosity helps me help my son and other boys alike. When we started working together, we were in a position where we needed to get 2 boys to a doctor so they can get baselines, an initial exam of what they're about, and insurance wouldn't pay. And you helping us helped the families get their kids, and it was $800 a child
Right.
to get to see a doctor just for initial visit. And, that's how you help us, not only with, we pay it forward with the kids, because
Right.
without that cost savings for the gear, we wouldn't have been able to send one child,
Right.
right? So it's important that you know, and it's important that the people know out there what we do and how vendors who help us turns into generosity for others who need the help. So it's a beautiful thing, and I'm grateful that you're here and had this opportunity to talk about Michael. But back in the 70s, right? So there was a moment you said something which initially triggered an emotion in me, because I remember when my son was first diagnosed, there was this moment where my wife and I were like, do we go public with this or we don't? Right? Now, for you, do you recall what was triggered in you, why you guys didn't go public?
Yeah, for sure. Back in those days, it was a shame.
It was no different. No different with my wife and I.
Yes, I agree. But the thing I see different today is when something like this occurs in a family, the child goes home. Most of the time, they're not just institutionalized, and they get the love and the care as best as you can. This baby was put in a place where he was laying on a metal bed, and it was. We used to shake when we go in there just to see it. I never said I was shaking,
Right.
but it was very uncomfortable to see how these children were taken care of,
Right.
or not taken care of.
It's great to see how the medical community has come around to soften that way, because the child is not mainstream like everybody else doesn't mean they should not get treated the
Right.
same way, right?
There is no way that Michael should not have been home. He was not a problem. He would take care of himself, to whatever degree he can, but he wasn't a burden. He had full Down syndrome. I mean, it wasn't, he had probably, I don't know, third grade maybe mentality, maybe even less. But he knew what was right, what was wrong, and it shouldn't have been that way. It wasn't fair to our family.
Right. And back then, without early intervention, they probably stymied his growth. And it's a shame that the doctors had that power, right, to take a child away from your parents.
Right. Nobody knew better. They didn't know. Right. I don't think that it was done out of malice or any kind of, they just didn't know. They didn't. Don't forget, they didn't have the capability or know as much to take care of them. It seemed like it would have been a much harder thing to do, and I think that was a big issue also.
Right.
What it's going to do to your family and all that. It wouldn't have, but that was then.
Right.
And luckily, it's at least for the care of the child, it's a better way now.
Yes, thank God.
Yes.
Thank God it has. Some things have evolved, but unfortunately some things haven't. Right?
Yes, I agree.
In my son's situation, the technology is not there yet for a 200-year-old disease that the doctors or the researchers still either don't know, or they just don't have enough finances to figure it out because it's an orphan disease.
Right.
It just gets put to the wayside, which is a shame in itself.
Yeah, it's sad.
It's very sad, and it's painful, and what causes a great deal of divorce in this country, to have all these families split apart, because having a child with a disability creates a lot of stress on a very stressful environment. Usually when families are having babies, right, they're young, they're newly married, maybe a couple of years, so they're just learning each other, and never mind throwing the dynamic of a new child into this, and then one that has special needs, it really creates a big stress.
Yeah, the one word that I see that for couples that I think is a big part of the burden of what goes on is both parents feel guilty. And guilt is a bad thing because the emotion behind it could sometimes not be that great.
It's a huge weight.
Yep.
A huge weight to carry. And what helps us get through this is the fact that we're helping my son retard the disease. The disease is not rearing its ugly face like the doctors told us it would.
Right.
And for us, it gives us hope that potentially we can keep thwarting the disease as much as possible and give him the best life as possible. And every child, whether mainstream or not, deserves that opportunity, that chance, and that hope.
Absolutely. I got to tell you, when Jim came and spoke at our Brick Morning Rotary, and when he came there and spoke, we have a speaker almost every week. And when you came and spoke, everybody does a great job. They're there with their hearts and they're trying to do it. But when you spoke, the way it was evident that you gave up your life for this disease and your son. The amount that you knew, there were some very smart people in there. A pharmacist who was a brick pharmacist for many years, and he knows what's going on. And I saw him, I watched him, and he was watching you, and he knew, like, you knew every word that explained everything, and the way you spoke about it, I said, he sounds like a doctor. And it was important, because that makes them see that a person comes in, and everybody comes in the same way. But a person that comes in and says that it's evident that you gave your life to it, and that was very impressive.
Thank you.
And it's not to diminish anyone else that comes in there, because people come in and they do great jobs.
I appreciate that. So my philosophy is my son didn't ask to be here. Unfortunately, he's stricken with this terminal illness, and as his father, I have to become an expert in the field for him to have conversations with doctors, and also to understand how can I help him in a way, because I'm with him 24 hours a day and the doctors aren't. So how can I benefit his life to really take what they're doing and or figure out my own way, in which we have, Jar of Hope has, thanks to a lot of people out there. We have kind of found our little niche in really, I hate to say it again, but retard this disease to give him a better quality of life. Right. He wasn't supposed to walk past the age of 10, 11. He did. And now he's 16. He's going to drive when we're told he's not supposed to.
That's great.
It's amazing, right?
Yes, absolutely.
And I really implore other dads out there, regardless of your son's indication, to get involved. Yes, it's our jobs to go out and raise money or to earn money and take care of the family financially and protect the family, but really get involved with your children, because you can change their life in more ways than just financial.
Absolutely.
That was my way of doing it, and I've researched this disease, and I'm glad it showed, because how can I be an advocate for my son if I don't understand the terminology about what he's going through?
Absolutely.
I can't help him, because I have to talk to people, and just like for your business, right? If you're talking about shirts and the printing, and if you don't know, like, I might be a little confused as to why I might go with you, right? Because then who's really doing the product, right? And how good is the product going to be when I get it, because I need it to be good, regardless if it's for charity or not. Anybody who spends money on anything wants it to be of good quality and deal with the person who knows what they're doing, right? So,
I agree.
And I think that's why I'm attracted to you as well, because
Thank you.
You fully engage in your craft and what you're supposed to be doing. And it's great.
Sometimes I think I talk myself out of sales because I try to explain it so well and talk too much, but that's okay.
Yeah, no, it is okay, and that's great. And this is great. So one more time, Royal Stitch and Print. Mark, where can they find you?
Again, they could find us. You come to a networking event, good chance that you could see me. I love going to networking events. I've met so many great people. There's so many good things. They're for charities. They're for just raising money and helping your business grow. And then www.royalstitchandprint.com. And you can reach us through there anytime, and we'd love to hear from you.
Tuesday mornings, he's at the Brick La Tip at Icarus Brewing, and Wednesday mornings.
Wednesday morning,
With-
Brick Morning Rotary at the Brick Diner. And the Brick, if you want to get involved in something to give back, I got to tell you the Rotary is a fantastic organization with great people. So it's something to think about.
And they're a sponsor of the New York City Marathon team. So thank you to the Brick Rotary
Yes, they
Morning
are.
Club. Thank you.
Thank you.
Pleasure
Great to be
having you
here.
here, big guy.
Always.